It's been a slam dunk season for Trotwood. Hey. Stay tuned. Our Team of the Week presentation's coming up in 2 Sports.
In a time where the Cleveland Browns couldn't afford to lose talent or games, 2020 decided to make its ugly way into the lives of the Dog Pound. A single confirmed case of COVID-19 put 6 Browns out of commission, including almost their entire receiving corps. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? That's what we're going to find out tonight as undefeated Valley View takes on Bellbrook. During these uncertain times, something feels right once again for Buckeye Nation. 5th-ranked Ohio State is back dominating the gridiron.
Well, we got a great one. Valley View and Bellbrook. Let's start with Valley View. Undefeated so far, 5-0, plus they're outscoring opponents by a combined 137 points. Now, I don't count that high. I'm not a math teacher, but according to my schooling, that's a high number.
This game's going to be rocking, kind of like the band that's walking right behind us. But, you know, Dixie's got the potential. They scored 38 points in their season-opening win. However, it's going to be a tough matchup against a Waynesville team that averages about 31 per game.
3 teams from the Buckeye State enter the big dance, and only one survives the first round. And surprisingly, it's not the Ohio State Buckeyes. Rather, we'll get a taste of action in the upcoming second round of the NCAA tournament. The Cincinnati Reds continue working out the kinks of their offense. They have the worst batting average so far in the National League, but it looks like they got their groove back just like Stella.
Everyone loves offense in today's NFL, college, and even high school ball. Both teams averaging at least 31 points on offense. But you know what makes Milton Union so exciting? Got to give it up for the cheerleaders who got a little cheer for us. Ladies, take it away.
After a back-and-forth battle on the gridiron, it was Troy Christian avenging their 2017 loss. Now let's go to the final score and the rest of Operation Football. From Harmon Field, Eddie Kilroy, 2 Sports.
2 Sports, powered by Ford.
It's championship weekend for the Ohio State University. As the Buckeyes prepare for kickoff against Northwestern, the latest college football playoff poll keeps OSU at number 4. In fact, there was no change in the top 5. Alabama, Notre Dame, and Clemson all ahead of Ohio State, respectively. Texas A&M still on the outside looking in. Meanwhile, Cincinnati drops from 7th to 8th despite not playing the last 2 weeks. And despite their top 4 ranking, Ohio State may still need to do more than just beat Northwestern in the Big Ten championship game to secure a spot in the playoffs.
If you were to win by 1 point in the NFL every week, you go undefeated, you win the Super Bowl. That's all that matters. But college football is different, and this year it's even more strange. What we're going to do is worry about winning and doing the best we can, taking one play at a time. I talked to the team about that this week. If we start to go into a game trying to do anything other than just win one play at a time, you can get yourself sideways.
A heartbreaker for the Dog Pound was also one of the best games of the NFL season so far. Cleveland Browns came up just short against the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football. Baker Mayfield shined in prime time, throwing for 343 yards while totaling 3 touchdowns. He also had an interception. We're not going to really talk about that. Let's look on the bright side. Cleveland battled back from a 2-score deficit in the second half to retake the lead in a back-and-forth battle. Now, Mayfield says this team learned a lot about itself in this loss.
There can either be good or bad to come from it. You can start pointing fingers, but that's not this team. So that's going to be the message, that we move forward and we get better, and we know that we can fight. We just have to make the critical plays when we need to, and just put ourselves, like I keep saying, in position to win. So we're going to use it in a positive way.
College basketball, the Miami Redhawks home tonight for their MAC opener against Buffalo. Early on, it's Day Grant. You can score all day if you want. That floater falls for the early tie. Redhawks, however, playing catch-up all night. Down 9 when Grant feeds Elijah McNamara. The big man sinks the spinner on the baseline. Then great ball movement sets up James Beck for the slam, but it's not enough as we go to the scoreboard in action. Buffalo dominates in Oxford, 90-62. Up next for the Redhawks, it's a road trip to Illinois in Peoria to face Bradley University. Wright State is set to open Horizon League play this weekend. Raiders wrapping up a shortened non-conference schedule with a 2-1 record. And in a season like no other, the pandemic forced the conference into a unique schedule. Teams are playing the same opponent in the same venue in back-to-back games. So for this weekend example, the Raiders have a weekend doubleheader at Detroit Mercy with a 2 o'clock tip-off both Saturday and Sunday. Wright State picked to win the league this year, while the Titans are picked to finish 9th. Across town, the UD Flyers will continue their run against the state of Mississippi. After beating Mississippi State in double overtime last weekend, Dayton will host Ole Miss this Saturday at UD Arena for a 2:30 tip. Flyers are 3-1, while the Runnin' Rebels are 3-0. Mark.
Eddie Kilroy, a man of many talents. Thanks, Eddie. We're back with a final check of Brian's snowy forecast. Keep it here.
It's a rivalry game with everything on the line for Alter. Can the Knights defeat the Eagles and make the postseason for the 19th consecutive year? Or will Chaminade Julian send them packing with a loss and end their hopes of playing in Week 11?
The Eagles are also hunting for their first outright GCL title in team history, but in the first quarter, it's the Alter Knights setting the tone. Cale Steneman using play action to set up Brian Shane for the 9-yard score. The Knights take a 7-0 lead into the second quarter. Alter then grounds and pounds with Seth Morris. The junior runs in a 5-yard score to make it 14-0 Alter. Then on their next possession, Morris shows off his hands. Steneman finds Morris over the middle, and he's off to the races. That's a 65-yard touchdown. CJ is stunned as Alter takes a 21-0 lead, but the Eagles regain composure and take flight on offense. First, Ryan Miner turns a broken play into a first down. The scramble moves the chains. Then, on the very next play, the Eagles take to the skies. Miner floating the deep ball to Kenyon Owens. The sophomore fights for the catch and walks in a 40-yard touchdown. 21-7 the score. But on the very next play, it's the Knights swinging back on special teams. Check out junior running back Brandon McDonald. He takes the kick, cuts across the field, and houses a 90-yard touchdown. The Knights back up 3 scores in the blink of an eye. CJ looking for a response, but Alter answers on defense. Sophomore CJ Hicks laying the wood on the tackle. CJ later turns the ball over on downs, and Alter makes them pay. Steneman looking the pass, finding Patrick Connor. The junior receiver then breaks a tackle and houses a 48-yard touchdown.
Alter gets the statement win against CJ tonight at Roger Glass Stadium. Will it be enough to put them in the postseason? We will find out this weekend as the OHSAA prepares to release the official 2019 playoff bracket. You can find that online at WDTN.com under the 2 Sports page. For the scoreboard and the rest of Operation Football, let's go back to the studio. In Dayton, Eddie Kilroy, 2 Sports.
Cleveland State is one of 3 Ohio teams to make the NCAA tournament. Helping the Vikings get there is a former Troutwood Ram. 2 Sports reporter Eddie Kilroy caught up with Torrey Patton as he gets ready for the Houston Cougars.
Clock. Patton on the drive. Patton under the hole. Scores the bunny. We're tied again. The leading scorer of the Cleveland State Vikings is headed to the NCAA tournament. It's a dream come true for Torrey Patton, who feared not having a basketball season due to the pandemic.
And especially with the condition the season's been with us in the beginning, not really even knowing if we would have a season, with the uncertainty of the whole COVID situation.
Patton credits his journey to Cleveland State as one of his influences to his success. The 2-time All-Ohioan was the Division II Co-Player of the Year with Trotwood Madison. From there, a brief stint at the University of Akron and a year at Indian Hills Community College led him to the Vikings in 2019.
Very under-recruited, but it was just a test of my resiliency, just keep going after it and hoping things will plan out how you need to.
Patton's second year with Cleveland State earned him first-team All-League honors this past year, but his crowning achievement thus far, leading the Vikings to the big dance.
We believe in ourselves. We believe in what we bring to the table and the hard work we put in, so we'll live with the results.
And no matter how his basketball journey ends, Patton says he'll proudly represent Rams basketball in the city of Trotwood.
I mean, it means a lot to be able to represent the city of Trotwood. I have a lot of great relationships I've built there, a lot of people I talk to this day and who really are rooting for me. So for me to be able to, showcase my skills on a big platform for the guys back home, it means a lot.
Eddie Kilroy, 2 Sports.